The Suplah, bringing you the latest in wrestling news, reviews, and rumors by annoyed fans for annoyed fans.
Let's get it on!
Bring it!
Wrestling fans, welcome once again to another edition of the Suplah. It's been a while. I've been sad. I am Andy Quan, and with me as always is Sam Brooks.
You've been sad, I've been sad. Double or Nothing review, also Other Things Maybe. What a great title.
I know.
What a phenomenal title to return with.
I panicked and I thought, well, we're talking
We,
about
we
Double or
are
Nothing.
talking about Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
But there are also other things maybe.
Maybe. I mean, we'll just see what we
It's
talk
not a
about.
guarantee.
We could talk about anything. The meaning of life, the flowers, I don't know, anything. Or Double or Nothing. We could do anything. We can talk about all the things. Or none of these things. Who knows? Who knows?
It could all be a big lie. We could be lying to you right now.
We're not live at all. This is not live. I'm not going to do a
It's
Liam and
lying.
say inappropriate words. How am I? There's been a reason why we haven't done this in a month. So I've been sad. So there you go. It is what it is.
We don't need any other information. Like, you get sad. We all get sad. Do we want to do anything when we're sad?
Nah,
Not really.
And
Do we
also,
want to talk about wrestling? Hell no.
No, I think I just needed some time, because I think I was just like, yeah, let's just do the Suplah, let's just do this again, and then I was like, oh god, oh Christ,
Oh
I'm
god,
not ready,
maybe not.
I'm not ready for this right now, can we do it again in a month? So, I mean...
And now here we are.
I mean, to give, I guess, I'll do a really quick, status update. I'm okay right now. I've had my first jab, which is really good. I had it in a barn, which is really weird.
Only the first class accommodations for the Midlands, isn't it?
Lincolnshire, ooh, we had fucking barns. So there's that. Yeah, no, I'm slowly going back to doing all the things that I did previously. It's very, very slowly but surely, because if I do it like gung ho, I'm telling you, it's not gonna end well. I'll just be like,
If
well,
there's any phrase that I would use to not describe Andy Kwan, it would be gung ho.
yeah, no, I'm not that at all. So
You
yeah,
are bung low, if anything.
I don't even know what does that mean. That doesn't mean
This what you are. You got to
Yeah,
describe it for us. What is bung low?
I'll do it tomorrow. So there's that.
Brilliant.
But yeah, no, I mean, I what did I do this past weekend? I ended up watching the Champions League with a friend.
You're talking about soccer. You're talking about football.
Football
on a
yes.
on a wrestling show.
I know. I even went into a Pizza Express. I'm not the only Andrew to have done that in history.
Oh, was it in Woking?
No, it wasn't. And
Was it an alibi?
And it was quite hot, so I did sweat.
So you did sweat. Okay.
Yeah, I did sweat. Yeah, and I don't know what's his face, the island man, the really creepy island man. I forget his name.
Double or nothing, Andrew.
That was a pay-per-view last night. Double or Nothing was the return of fans in a stadium for the first time in...
Oh, was it hot? Was it really hot?
Was it really hot?
Is that why they needed fans?
Hilarious. It is Florida, I suppose.
So it was only fans. Not just random people, it was only fans.
Yeah, you have to pay and then you see their tats. Yes, that was exactly what it was. Yeah, that was that.
Tats, sure. The letter off, but yeah.
It's been a while.
Double or nothing.
Double or Nothing then. So yes, the pay-per-view was last night. There was like a pre-show, but it was for the NWA Women's Championship. And at that point, Kenny was being a complete bellend, so I missed it. So I couldn't tell you what happened at that point.
Well, apparently it was ex-champion Riho versus Serena Deeb, the current champion. Apparently it's something that you should go out of your way to watch, according to the denizens of the Squared Circle subreddit. One of the most top-voted posts on there at the moment is a PSA saying, go out of your way to watch Serena Deeb versus Riho from the Double or Nothing buy-in.
Yeah, I will do. Literally, Kenny was like being completely fine until that point, because it was like, what time was that? Like 12 midnight, and Kenny was like, I want to go on the windowsill. I'm like, no, not this time of night.
He started doing sunset flips off the windowsill. He started doing arm drags. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, he was. Don Callis came in. It was horrendous. It was the worst. So I caught bits of the match, but I didn't see the whole thing, and I caught the ending, and that was literally about it.
So well, apparently you should go out of your way to watch it. So that's the ringing endorsement from this. I should preface this by saying I have not seen this event. This is pretty much going to be an exercise in psychological persuasion in that Andy has to try and sell it to me to go out of my way, make time out of my busy schedule to watch this wrestling event.
Oh, right, well that's gonna go well. So
hey, you're used to, you know how to sell things. You're a good salesman, aren't you?
No, I left that world because I was terrible.
Well, you don't tell me that.
Anywho, so in the first main match, it was Hangman Adam Page taking on Brian Cage. It rhymes. So the match was
Brian Page versus Adam Cage.
Yes, it was really good. It was a really good match. Brian Cage is a machine. The guy is a human walking, talking tank, and it was a really good match. It had like I think Brian Cage basically F5'd Adam Page. Too many things that rhyme. They basically F5'd him off the top rope, which looked pretty cool. Even like suplexed him onto like an elevated ramp. And the really cool thing about it is the fact that the fans were cheering for all the things that they should be cheering for. So that was,
they knew what they were there for, and they knew not to ruin the narrative.
Essentially, yeah. So that was the first kind of cool, like, okay, Adam Page is super over. Like, as soon as his music hits, everyone just goes mental.
Well, the Cowboy's always been over, hasn't he? It's always been a thing with him. It's like the one thing I've seen from AEW stuff is Adam Page, very over.
Yeah,
don't know why, but apparently he is.
Yeah, I'm like extremely like chuffed with the fact that the fans were not acting like giant dicks. We were just like, fuck you. So no, that was a really good match. And then in probably my favourite match of the whole night, the Young Bucks, who are now heels, they took on...
Haven't they always been?
No, they've been baby faces for, like, the past...
Well, I guess it depends on who you talk to, isn't it? If
well,
you speak to Liam, they're heels for the rest of their careers.
Well, yeah. I mean, they sided with Kenny. Where's the cat? I don't want him to think I'm talking about him. With Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers, who need to fuck right off.
Oh, not a fan of the Good Brothers, huh?
No.
So here's where I'm confused. In New Japan, Kenny Omega was with the Bucks as part of the Elite. They were the Elite to start with, but now Kenny has aligned himself with the Good Brothers, and they're against the Young Bucks.
No, they're all together now. They're all buddies.
Oh, they're all together.
Yeah. It's like
like a mega ultra Bullet Club, like not Bullet Club, but we used to be in Bullet Club stable.
I think they're called the Super Elite or the Super Mega Elite or something. Like, basically, they literally...
The Super Mega Ultra Chicken Elite.
I think I just made that up. But basically, they are basically Bullet Club without saying Bullet Club. Essentially, yes. That's basically what they're saying.
Wow, that sounds lame.
It's alright. Like, the Young Bucks have actually got somewhat of a... I don't want to say a personality, because that sounds really bad. But
they've always had a personality. It's just been a grating, annoying personality.
Well, it's not so much that. It was like the same old thing over and over. You're going to do it so many times.
We're killing the business. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. By our book.
So,
we slap our legs when we do super kicks. Everyone knows wrestling's fake.
But basically, their gimmick is now like they've toned down all the tassels and they wear like Gucci shoes and Air Jordans and stuff like that, and they're just like mega rich now. So they're just like, whoa, look at our rich, look, we wear rich things, rich clothes.
That is one way to get heat, I suppose, is to rub your very expensive streetwears into people's faces.
Exactly.
So they're hype beasts, basically, is what you're saying. That's their new gimmick.
Yeah, that's their new gimmick. And they took on the team of Jonathan Moxley and Eddie Kingston for the AEW World Tag Team Championship.
So Moxley is firmly out of a world title picture? Or is he still in it?
They're feuding with Young Bucks at that present time. But basically, Eddie and John Moxley are now mates. So basically, they're just like after the explosion that wasn't an explosion. They're now friends.
Oh yes, the infamous not explosion.
Yeah. So after that, they're like friends and they're like, yeah, you know what? Fuck the Young Bucks. I think they attacked them at some point.
Can't blame them, honestly. Maybe they're just jealous of their super cool shoes.
Well, they did steal their shoes.
Oh my god, was that really a segment?
Yeah, they steal the shoes. Like,
holy shit, did they tie the shoelaces together and throw them over a power line?
No, but I think Eddie Kingston...
Why didn't they do that? That's like the one thing you do when you steal someone's shoes, other than wear them. I get the feeling they're not the same shoe size.
I wouldn't know. But the really cool thing about this...
If the Young Bucks are twins, do they have the same foot size, do you think?
I don't think they're twins.
They're twins! They look exactly alike.
That's because they're related.
Well, yeah, but we could be related. Like, it doesn't mean like, we can't be related. You know?
We can't be related.
What do you mean we can't be related? If we trace the family tree back millions of years, we're probably like all related to fucking Charlemagne, so it's all relative. They're twins. They look exactly the same. They're basically the same person.
They're not twins though.
What are they then? What are they?
They're brothers. Like they look similar because
why do they look so similar if they're not twins?
Sam, when a mummy and daddy love each other very much, they just boink, right? And then when they boink, then the boinking leads. Yeah, what do you want me to finish this
boink.
One?
Parents boink.
They boink, yes.
Yeah, I want to finish you talking to me about the birds of the boinks, please.
No, I'm good. It was a joke that I was hoping would.
Oh no, you're good. You're making it awkward now. That's what you
You're the one who thinks they're twins.
Yeah.
You're the one who thinks they're twins.
Point being is, I thought they look exactly the fucking same.
Yeah, but that's because they're related. That's how.
Like more so than just regular siblings. I'm gonna Google this now because I just think you're wrong.
I'm not wrong. They're just.
Are Young Bucks twins?
They're not twins.
They look exactly the same.
Yeah,
I don't know,
like they're related. Like that's how that works.
Yeah, but not everyone who's related looks almost identical to each other.
Yeah, but
see what I'm saying?
What is happening? Like, so anyway, it's cool to see that Eddie Kingston was getting like loads of chants in this match as well, especially after what happened with the stupid botched thing at the last pay-per-view. And the crowd were really getting into the match and into Eddie and Moxley, and I legitimately thought Eddie and John were going to win at one point. But no, it's a really good matchup. The one criticism I've seen about it is the rules. What about the rules? And like, there was a lot of double teams and
the rules.
The rules.
The rules.
The rules.
Oh, the rules. I thought you said rills. I'm like, what the fuck? What are the rules? What are they?
What did I just say?
Putting on the rills.
Put it on the rules. Not the rules. There was a lot of double teams and stuff like that.
Okay, apparently they're not twins because they have like a 4-year age gap.
I told you, but you don't. No one listens to the referees because that's with the double teams and stuff. So.
Said this once.
What? Hello?
Anyway,
so the match is really good. It's probably my favourite match of the night. But yeah, I would go out your way to find this match. Basically, it ends via The Young Bucks doing like a million. Is it V triggers where both people do it? I can't remember now, off the top of my head.
There's just knees to the face, aren't they?
Yeah, just do like 3 or 4 knees to the face to Moxley, and that was that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so Moxley's kept strong. And then, in a casino battle royale for a future AEW World Championship match, Jungle Boy wins the battle royal by eliminating Christian Cage.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's not how I would have expected that to go.
I thought it'd be the other way round, because you've just signed Christian Cage. But basically, the concept...
So what Jungle Boy?
Yes. What about Jungle Boy?
Wasn't he teaming with the dinosaur?
No, they're still in the dinosaur team.
So they're still in the dinosaur team,
Yes.
but can he, like, is he a singles guy on his own?
Yeah, you can still do singles things. Like
This is Luke Perry's kid, right?
Yes.
Right.
That guy.
Tarzan, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So he can. It's for the main belt, right?
Yes, it's for the world title.
Currently held by Kenneth Omega.
Kenneth Omega. Well, you don't know because we're gonna tell you who won, but the picture
Oh
just came
shit!
up on
Even
the
though there's a
screen.
fucking picture on the screen of who won. Fucking dickhead. Yeah, no. If anyone can dethrone Kenneth Omega, I for one think it is Jungle Boy.
Quite possibly. I mean, the concept of this battle royale though is a bit shit. Like it's.
Oh, okay, so that means it might actually be good. You're just not a fan of gimmicks.
Okay, wait. So the idea is because it's a casino-themed pay-per-view and everything's like casino. So basically, there's groups of wrestlers, and these groups of wrestlers are determined by a pack of cards, right? So there's like the jacks, and then you've got the spades, and then you've got the diamonds, and you've got the hearts, and then you got the Joker. So basically, the first one was the clubs, but it didn't really look like clubs. It just sort of looked like a weird logo that didn't make any sense. So the crowd didn't really know what the hell was going on. They didn't really know how to like interact with this thing on the screen. They're like, okay, and then suddenly people just started coming out to the ring, like individually, and you're like, right, okay, so they're clubs, right, okay. I don't know, they just didn't really. Every time like a suit came up on the screen, everyone was just sort of like, okay, what does that mean? Like, I don't. What? So once you get past that, as far as battle royales go, it was quite good. There was no major stupid botches with like player Uno running towards the turnbuckle and twatting his head. It was pretty good. Matt Hardy and Private Party were basically eliminating people left, right, and centre, like teaming up together. It even got to a point where Matt Hardy and Christian Cage were like, "Hey, remember the Hardy Boys? I remember. Remember the 5-second pose? I remember. Do you want to fight me, or do you want to be on my team?" And then Christian's like, "Yeah, I'll team up with you," and then just eliminates him. And then like there was a Joker, and the Joker was Leo Rush. I don't know if Sam's there. Hello? Sam died on his way back to his home planet. So basically, I'm going to see where Samuel is. Is he alive? Is he here? Hello? Mr. Sam? Sam? He's gone. But basically, Leo Rush was the Joker. So everyone's like, oh cool, it's Leo Rush. And he does a bunch of really cool flippy stuff and it's all going well. But he was only in the match for about, I don't know, what felt like 2 minutes. And they just eliminated him. Which I don't really understand. Laptop died, I'll be back. Okay, so I'm on my own. Oh, Jesus. So basically, yeah, so Leo Rush, they hype up this Joker, this wild card, if you like. Ooh, look what I did there. And literally, he was in there for about 2 minutes, and that was kind of that, which, I don't know. I feel like if you're going to do a Joker card, at least make it, like, more meaningful. I don't know. But, yeah, so it came down to Christian Cage and Jungle Boy, and genuinely, I think everybody was just like, "All right, okay, yeah, Christian's winning, cool." And then Christian Cage gets eliminated, and I remember thinking, "Oh," and like the crowd are like, "Huh." Oh, so yeah, I mean, it was really good, and then Christian, comes back in the ring and sort of shakes hands or hugs Jungle Boy and all that. The one thing that I was annoyed with was JR was sort of like, "Christian looks like he's mad." It's like, no, he doesn't look mad at all, not even in the slightest. I don't quite understand, but hey. Is Sam back? I hear things, I just don't...
Oh, hello.
There you
Oh,
go.
hello.
Hello.
There we go. What the fuck have I missed? Sorry, I was looking at a picture of Big Swole who posted her butt on Twitter, and then my laptop crashed.
I mean, that's enough for anyone's Twitter to crash.
She was double cheeked up. How can I not look at that?
Yeah, I'm not looking up that right now. You keep talking about things, and
I keep talking. I don't know what's been going on.
Oh,
what have we said? What's happened?
I just need to browse something very quickly.
Yeah, okay. Big Swole on Twitter, yeah? Good one.
Really quick.
So,
very quickly.
we were at the point where we were talking about Jungle Boy winning this thing, and you were confused about what card suites were or something.
Okay,
Like, you didn't know what clubs were.
Yeah, I know what clubs... I can't find this picture. Are you sure it's on Twitter?
Oh, fucking, I'll link it to you. Jesus Christ. If my fucking laptop crashes again, like, I'm blaming you.
I found it. Good lord. So, anyway, moving forward. Basically, like, they didn't really... There wasn't any, like, great dramatic entrance for these clubs, or these suits of cards. There was no, like, major...
So how many wrestlers were in each suit?
It was random as well. It was a bit random. Like, some had, like, I want to say 5 or 6, and then some had, like, 5, maybe 4.
So was this like a 20-man battle royal?
It was 20, I want to say 21, but I could be wrong.
21. Makes sense.
Because that's how many
5 for each suite.
That's how many cards are in a suit, isn't it? Is it? I don't know.
What was
I don't play
16?
cards. The point
How
is...
many cards in a suit?
The point is, they didn't really, like... They need to figure out a way to get the crowd involved in that process.
It's 16.
Okay.
16 cards in a suit.
Yeah, but they don't count King, Jack, Queen...
Okay, well, by numbers, it's 1 to 10.
Oh, anyway, so the point is, I don't know how many people are in it. So, but what I do know is that the Joker was Leo Rush, as I was saying, and he did like a bunch of flippy stuff, and then he got eliminated, like pretty much straight away. So I'm like, the point in that was what? Like, I kind of feel like I understand it's a Joker and it's a wild card, and in sports the wild card doesn't necessarily win.
Right.
But it's wrestling, so could you not like have
wrestling?
Him eliminate someone?
It doesn't exist. It's not real.
Yeah, I don't know. You could have just eliminated someone at least. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I lost.
Point is, Jungle Boy did the big win, and he's going to lose to Kenneth Omega.
Quite possibly, yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a good match. So I mean, as far as battle royales go, it was pretty good.
Yeah. Is like a battle royale? Can that ever be considered a good match?
I mean, technically the Rumble, I suppose. I mean.
Well, if we're going to talk about Rumbles, we might as well talk about a different match entirely.
Well, speaking of things, in the next match then, Cody Rhodes with Arn Anderson defeated Anthony Ogogo with QT Marshall.
What is the deal with this guy, Anthony Ogogo? I've heard so many things about this guy, but I have no idea what this feud is. What is it?
So, America,
yes.
That's basically the feud. So, basically, Anthony Ogogo...
Wait, what do you mean that's the feud? Like, what does America have to do with anything?
Okay, Anthony Ogogo is a former.
Where'd he go?
Well, he used to go in Britain. He was born in the east of England, apparently, according to.
Ah, so he's British.
Yes, so he's just like,
Right.
fuck off, America.
And then Anthony Ogogo to America.
Bad guy. So basically, literally, it's literally Britain versus America. Like, literally, Cody's like, I'm
That's
American,
so dumb.
and America is a country, and I'm American. Like, okay, that's basically the feud. He's like, I'm America, and literally, it's just America versus Britain. That's basically what it is.
Britain wins, obviously. There's no fucking contest there.
Anthony Ogogo loses.
That's fucked. That's rigged. That's not okay. That's not how it should have gone.
So
I can say this with confidence without knowing any other features. Wait, so they put fucking the American Nightmare as being the pinnacle of America?
Well, basically, he changed his name for the match being called the American Dream. He's like, literally, his intro was like, the grandson of a plumber, the son of oh god, what was the other? The son of basically Dusty Rhodes, and a dad to be, and you're like, okay, America, like literally, Ogogo's been like laying out Cody Rhodes with punches and like draping the British flag all over Cody because
Our flag's better.
It might as well just write Brexit on the fucking thing. I don't know.
Oh, I love that his logo is like the Olympic rings. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Like, he's not bad per se. He's just like clearly a bit green.
My favorite thing about him is on his Wikipedia page, like his picture is like he's barely in the frame. It's like half of his face and then just a massive boxing glove with an England shirt. You can't even get that right.
I mean, the match was all right. I mean, they tried to put Anthony Ogogo over as like being this big beefcake dude.
He's a proper boxer, man, isn't he?
Well, yeah, he is a legitimate athlete. Like, he is an Olympian. He won an Olympic medal. Like, he could.
And he was in Strictly Come Dancing, believe it or not.
And then Cody wins this match via a vertebraker, or weirdly enough, what Homicide called in TNA the cop killer.
A-cab, am I right?
Jesus Christ. So, anywho, I mean, that one is probably one you could skip, to be honest with you. I have no time for this crap. Like, it was, I mean, it was on...
I have no time for this xenophobic fucking country feud.
Like,
when it's clear that there's only one winner.
I understand... It's Canada. I understand that, I understand it was like Memorial Day in America or something, so I'm like,
Memorial Day, where we memorialize the Rhodes family. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I whatever. It is what it. I mean, it's really. I hate these feuds as well because you alienate the rest of the world. Like, you're trying to be like, we are the global leader in wrestling, but fuck you. Like, I don't get it. Like,
if you come from anywhere but here, and even if you do come from here, fuck you.
Yeah. Like, I don't quite get it, but oh well. So you could probably skip that one because it's just a bit meh. I mean, it's an average.
It's just an American spectacle with bald eagles shitting on everybody.
Basically, yeah. Speaking of things, Miro, the best man, so he is the TNT champion after he defeated.
Yeah,
Darby
he fucking
Allin.
like brutalized Darby, didn't he?
He destroyed him. He took on.
I saw that. That was a sick match. That was pretty good.
Yes.
My only question is, why has Miro only just done this?
Because he's been in a
like
weird...
he was Rusev at one point. He was the guy that was like gonna potentially be a world champion. Obviously, never happened. Then he goes to AEW and he's like paired with this random British guy, and he's like the best man for a wedding. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
So
that should have been what he was doing since the start.
They stuck him in there with Kip Sabian, who
Yeah, I don't
used to
understand the
wrestle,
appeal of that guy.
he used to wrestle in Lincoln, by the way.
Well, yeah,
And
if anyone's wrestling like from England, odds are they've been to Lincoln and done what, fucking Fight Factory or some shit.
yeah, Too Cool were here once. So
Oh
basically,
wow,
yeah,
brilliant!
I know.
The
Basically,
Gracing of Lincoln by Too Cool. There was no such better time.
oh, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
The blurst of times.
So basically, Miro's just like, oh fuck this guy, I'm not doing this anymore, and he destroyed Kip Sabian, and then destroyed Darby, and I can't remember how Lance Archer got in the picture, but whatever. It basically because I've been
wanted
sad,
some.
my memory is awful. But basically, this match was
He wanted some. He went and got some, and he presumably died.
it was pretty good. Like Jake Roberts got involved, and you know how Jake Roberts. There's Rusev. I mean Miro. And basically, respect his new name. So basically,
Don't dead name him, you prick.
Jake Roberts brought out his snake, which sounds wrong on a number of levels, but we'll move forward. And basically, Miro takes the bag and literally chucks the bag across the arena.
He did not.
He chucks a bag allegedly with a snake in it. I don't know if it actually had a snake in it. It probably didn't. But he literally lobbed this.
What do you mean wrestling's fake? What do you mean there wasn't a snake in the bag?
Animal cruelty. That could be a problem. But there was allegedly a snake in this bag, and he sort of just chucks it across the room and like it's around.
What a heel. What a psycho heel.
Yeah,
No,
like,
abusing animals.
Miro was just acting like a complete nutcase in this matchup. Like literally, like it made Lance Archer look like a normal person. So that probably shows how
Fucking Lance Archer's the fucking Monster Hawk murder guy. Everybody dies. He looked normal.
ish. In comparison. So, I mean, it was a good match. It was like these two big beefcakes beating the piss out of each other. It was pretty good. It's just really hard for me to get behind anyone because, as far as I'm aware, I mean, I've been in and out with AEW, or wrestling as a whole. So, as far as I was aware, both are heels. So, it was kind of like, do I cheer for the guy who says everyone dies, or do I cheer for the guy who throws snakes? So, I wasn't too sure what to do there, but
You cheer for yourself because you're having a good time.
it was very good. So I was happy with the match, and Miro wins because he's the best man.
I saw an article where he was quoted as saying, AEW is not my home, it's a place where I murder people. That's cool.
Did
like
Miro?
that.
Did Miro say that?
Apparently he did.
Bloody hell. Well, moving swiftly forward in quite possibly I don't know. I mean, I'm just looking at the card. Yeah, probably the actual
best?
match of the best match of the night, perhaps. So I went outside and my hay fever was just like, fuck you. I'm like, great, I took a tablet and he did nothing.
Antihistamines, Andrew, they have a build-up effect. You have to take them for at least 5 years before they work.
5 years?
5 years. 5 years. 5 years. 5 years. 5 years.
Well, speaking of years, Hikaru Shida, who was the AEW Women's Champion...
Hikaru.
What did I say? Hikaru.
You said Hikaru.
Hikaru. What did I...
Hikaru.
That's what I
Not
said.
Hikaru.
I said that.
No, you said Hikaru.
Well, that's not what I said.
You said Hikaru.
Hikaru.
Hikaru. It's a U. It's a U at the end of that name.
She was the women's champion for a year, and this was actually the first time that she actually wrestled in front of people as the women's champion.
Oh, that sucks.
And she took on Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, in a very good match.
Which, of course, stands for Deadly Mother Donna.
Deadly Mother Dentist. That's what that means.
Yep. Oh, it's a dentist. Okay, that makes sense.
She's a dentist. This match was really good. I mean, even though it was kind of blindingly obvious that Britt is going to win,
Was it really?
Well, I thought it was. I don't know. Maybe other people will see that differently. I don't know. But, like, I was like, okay, it's probably time that Shida's going to drop the belt. But no, it was a really good match. And it was very much like a back and forth kind of match. And they beat the shit out of each other. Like, to the point where, like, whatever Shida was wearing was just, like, just destroyed. Like, and these guys were just beating the crap out of each other. They like, Britt Baker's matches lately have been very, very, very good. Like the match a few months ago with Thunder Rosa was really good. And all
That
the
is
matches,
something I have heard.
and all the matches she seemingly has had lately have been really, really, really good. And she's done a complete 180 with her character over the past year and a half. Especially during the pandemic.
Wasn't she evil dentist? Isn't that her thing?
Yeah, she's an evil dentist, but it's not shit like Isaac Yankem. It's like... I don't know how to explain it. It's actually good. That's all I can say. It's actually good. And she is the new women's champion via the Lockjaw. Yeah, no.
I get it, because she's a dentist.
But no, really good match. I think this is probably the match of the night, in my opinion.
Well, that's good. Women having match of the night, that's good. We like to see it.
And that's the best
Love
thing.
to see it.
And the women's division in AEW has drastically improved. But it was always going to be. It was always going to be. What words am I looking for? Like, it's always going to be an uphill battle because WWE signed everyone. So literally, you just have.
Very true.
I don't know, and anyone from Japan at this point, who can't actually wrestle in America full time because reasons.
If it weren't for the pandemic, things would probably be a lot easier and a lot better. But they've done what they could with what they had, and so I think you say they're doing good now, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean at one point though during the pandemic, it is what it is. Because of the pandemic, it was literally just like Nyla Rose versus Shida for the 15th time. Like, literally, it was just like that over and over again. There was nothing they could do about it. There's nothing like...
Right.
But no, I mean, the match is really good. And they just beat the shit out of each other, which is super...
Love to see it. Big, beefy women just beating up each other. It's great.
Mean, it was a 17-minute and 20-second match, so... I'm just looking...
Good screen time. It's better than what WWE are doing.
I mean, it's not the longest match of the night.
Well, no, I imagine that'd be the main event.
Yes, but it's still pretty good.
There you go, it's good.
And then, for the first time... Oh, go on, sorry.
And then...
For the first time in 6 years, the Icon Stang, genetically stacked, genetically packed, has a actual in-ring matchup in a tag match.
Wait, what? 6 years?
Yeah, he hasn't had a match in 6 years. Like, I mean, he had that...
It's only been 6 years.
Time is a shit construct, but, like, literally,
Oh, God, you're right. His last match was with Seth Rollins, and it was in 2015. What the fuck?
I mean, he had that cinematic match at Revolution, but do you really count that
That
as a
doesn't
match?
count.
Yeah, so this is literally the first match proper in 6 years. And
That's fucking crazy to me.
the really amazing thing was, this was a match, by the way, between Sting and Darby Allin against Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. They kind of played up the idea that Sting is old. Like, literally...
I mean, you kind of have to. He's, what, 60 years old?
Well, yeah, he's like 60 years old. And literally, I think it was Ethan Page, or it could have been Scorpio Sky, I can't remember. But basically, they actually successfully suplexed Sting on the ramp. And everyone's like, no, you can't do that to Sting. He's like as old as my granddad.
old and he'll die.
Like, literally, you can't do that. And then Sting...
He'll break in half.
Sting literally gets right back up. Kind of stands right behind Scorpio Sky. I think he chucks him off of this giant, like poker chip thing. Chucks him off. And then Sting jumps off the poker chips with a crossbody.
He jumped off.
He jumped off the chips. Where's
He's
the
an
picture?
old man and he's crazy.
Where's the picture of the chips? It should come up. No, that's Rusev and his weird face with the bag with the snake in it. I need the right one. Give me the right one, damn it. You know,
Give me what I want.
I shouldn't put it on random. Britt Baker has come up like 4 times. But basically he jumps off the thing and he even like takes his like t-shirt off because obviously like old people who wrestle wear t-shirts for some reason. It's like, fuck this, I'm a wrestler. Like, I'm old but I can do this shit. And
Dominic Mysterio does it as well, so
the icon Sting. So basically, yeah, and it looked like he hadn't like lost a step at all. He wrestled exactly like Sting did 20 years ago. It was mad. It was pretty damn good.
So he's gonna get a world title next, surely. If it were TNA, then yes.
Yeah, if it was TNA, he would already be world champion by now. He would have won it 7 times. But I mean, this is probably the best use of Sting. Is one, associate a legend like Sting with Darby. That's a good idea. And literally,
Darby is just basically like new Sting, isn't he?
Yeah, he's basically like new Sting. He's like Darby is basically a cross between
Fucking TikTok e-boy that just doesn't die. That's basically his thing, isn't it?
Yeah, basically. He's like a cross between Jeff Hardy and Sting. That's basically the best way I can describe Darby Allin.
Neat. We like that.
And he basically like is taken Darby under his wing type of thing. And I think that works fine. I think that's great. And they had a really good match and Sting took the pin with the Scorpion Death Drop, which here's my other concern with older people in wrestling. Their moves look shit in comparison to what people do now. Like at the time, like in the 90s, the Scorpion Death Drop is an amazing move, but people do flips. They do like 87 Canadian destroyers and whatnot.
Yeah, the in-ring style has basically evolved in the last 30 years, I want to say. Remember when the DDT was a finisher?
Well,
remember when the Canadian Destroyer was a finisher?
This is what I'm saying. I know the business evolves and things change. And I'm not saying Sting should do flips. Although he did do a Code Red during the match.
He should do a 630 senton off the springboard. Like, what the fuck?
Although Sting did do a Code Red during the match, which was pretty mental. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know. Whatever.
Shit!
It's just It's just me being nitpicky. It was really good, and it was almost like a nostalgia thing, and it's almost like the match that Sting should have.
You being nitpicky? Oh my god!
What? But no, it should have been the match that Sting had in the Fed, but he never did because Seth nearly broke his neck.
With the Undertaker?
Okay, not with the Undertaker, but like a fairly competitive, normal match that people could be like, "Oh my god, I remember why I used to love Sting," like rather than, "Oh god, he broke his neck," like.
I remember watching Sting, and now I've watched him die.
That's what I mean. Like, I think if this is the last match he ever has, I think that's probably quite a nice little retirement match, if I'm going to be fair. Because the crowd were going proper mental. It was unbelievable. Like, oh my god, it's Sting.
By god, it's Sting. He did the death drop. Now we can all go home.
It was really good, though. I'm really not selling how good this match was. It was very, very good. Speaking of good, Ketleth Omega took on Orange Cassidy and Pac in a three-way matchup for the AEW World Championship. Again, very good match, 27 minutes long, very good match. I legit thought Orange Cassidy was going to win the title. Which going into it, I was like, no, he's not. But during the match, I was like, oh my god, he's going to win. He's going to win the match. And there was a lot of, like, false finishes, and at one point I do remember Orange Cassidy was like, he actually laid out Pac, he laid out Omega, and Don Callis literally on commentary goes, "Shit, shit, and like literally like sprints from
Shit! Fuck! He's winning!
fuck,
Shit!
oh shit, oh bollocks, and like literally like he actually runs from the announce table, pulls the referee out, and he literally the match ends with Orange Cassidy. It looks like he's gonna pin, like in a really sort of lackadaisical way, because he's Orange Cassidy. That's what he does against Kenny Omega, and then Omega gets him in like a crucifix pin, and gets the free, and Kenneth Omega basically steals one because Don Callis gets involved, the Shite Brothers get involved.
So wait, what did Pac do? Did Pac ever do anything?
Young Pac looked like he was going to win as well. Like he was, they all looked like they were going to win.
Because I've not heard like feather nor high tail of Pac recently. It's like suddenly he's just in this match. Like where the fuck has he been?
Basically, he was away for a while. I don't know why. I think he was either injured or couldn't get in the country. One of those two things.
That explains it.
But basically, like in recent like the past few months, he's reformed the Death Triangle with Rey Fenix and Pentagon Jr., which I forget what they call him now in AEW because they've changed his name.
I think he's Penta L0M or something like that.
That's the one. And yeah, so they basically reformed that trio once again, because I think they formed and then the pandemic hit and then they were like, oh yeah, no one can get into America, crap. So yeah, the Pac, it looked like Pac was going to win at one point. He did the Red Arrow on multiple occasions. Looked like he was going to win. I mean, they did everything they could to make you believe that either Pac or Orange Cassidy were actually going to win this thing. Even though, if you look at it on paper, oh yeah, of course Kenneth Omega was going to win the match. But during the match, they did make you forget that it's pretty obvious what's about to happen. But still good. Doesn't make it any worse. Doesn't make it any better. It's still a good
The destination matters not. What matters is how we got there.
And Orange Cassidy is still super fucking over. I was a bit concerned with all the stuff.
Comes out of a Pixies. How can you not be over?
Where is my mind? They were like, look at the fish, and it goes, blah, 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 where is my mind? That's my favourite part of the song, where he just talks about a fish for no reason.
I mean, I thought the song started playing just now. I didn't realise that you were singing it. You were that good.
Thank you. I'm a wonderful singer. That's I get that a lot. Thank you for
So here's something that I've actually been paying attention to, and that's Kenny Omega, the belt collector.
Yes.
Who do you think will be the man to beat him for the AEW title? Because he's facing Andrade for the AAA title, and I hope Andrade wins that. And then I'm pretty sure Moose is next in line for the Impact title. But who do you think will beat him for the AEW title?
A part of me wants it to be Adam Page.
You want it to be? Oh, yeah, they did have that tag team, didn't they?
Yeah, and basically, like, they did have, like, a semi-rivalry type of thing that was about to brew, but it never really happened.
But do you think they could build him up to the level of Kenny Omega? Because he seems to be on, like, another echelon at the moment.
Page was so over at this pay-per-view. He was so over. It was unreal. I mean, like...
Does his in-ring, like, repertoire match up, do you reckon?
Yes.
Could it be believable, is what I'm trying to ask.
I think so. I mean,
at this point, I think only New Japan guys could ever have a shot at beating Kenny as he is now. I don't know if anyone from AEW could do it.
I mean, this is like night and day with the Adam Page that took on Jericho at that first pay-per-view they ever did. Which I think it was called Double or Nothing.
I think it was, yes.
Oh, like literally, if you compare that Adam Page from, 2 years ago now, to the Page of today, Like, I remember when Adam Page was taking on Jericho, and everyone was like, huh? What? He's clearly not going to win. So, I've just wiped my cat up. He's not happy.
No, I wouldn't be if I was woken up by... The fuck? Consider your pets when you open your mouth.
He literally looked at me as if to say, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna claw your fucking tongue out, you fucking
Listen, mate, I have no reservations about clawing the shit out of a sofa if you keep going...
I will continue to shit in my litter box, but will I cover it up? I don't think so.
Your actions determine that fate.
Well, will I just shit on the floor? He doesn't shit on the floor. Although he did.
Well, he will if you keep going.
Oh yeah. Although, fun story. I woke up one morning and I don't know. I didn't scare him, but I think he's really stupid. Okay. I love.
Hey, that's no way to talk about Kenny.
No. It's like an endearing level of stupid, not like Boris or Trump level of stupid. I mean like. His aim is awful, right? He'll dig a hole in his litter tray, right? And he'll squat over it, and he'll completely miss. And then he looks at this...
Well, we've all been there. You ever just sit on the toilet and then figure out you're not actually on the toilet?
Where is my mind? Where is
just me? Okay, fine. You didn't have to fucking... You didn't have to call me out like that. Jesus.
Sorry. But it was a good match. Don Callis gets involved. I hate Don Callis.
Well, he's doing his job, Ben. If you hate him, that's good.
Well, yeah, he is doing his job. Congratulations to Mr. Callis.
Congrats. Fuck you.
Fuck you. I mean, the crowd literally chanting like "fuck you, Don," so he's doing his job. And Kenny
that's
Omega
good.
Scrapes by. Literally scrapes by.
And then Daniel Bryan will come in and be the one to defeat him.
Well, they then had
imagine?
They then had a surprise person. They were like, "We're doing another." I'm not Tony. I'm going to try and do a Tony Schiavone impression. All right, you ready for this?
I don't know what he sounds like, so literally anything you say would be believable.
Hello, I'm Tony Schiavone. No, that's not it.
Except that. What are you? What?
So, Tony Schiavone comes out and he's like, we're doing a new show on Fridays. It's going to be called Rampage right here on TNT, even though it's a pay-per-view, but whatever. On
Wait,
TNT.
alright, so they have Dynamite, they have Dark Plus
Elevation.
Ultra, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Evolution. And then they're doing another one called Rampage?
A 1 hour show called Rampage after
So they have
SmackDown.
4 different shows?
Yes.
Huh. Don't know how I feel about that.
Here's the thing is, I mean, I'll be frank, I just watch Dynamite. I don't bother with the others. I know sometimes they sort of... But if anything happens on Dark or Dark Elevation, they just put it on Dynamite anyway. Like, they'll just show a clip of it anyway. So I'm like, I don't really need to watch it.
So there's basically now 5 hours of AEW content a week?
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, I know people that do, and all right, cool. I just don't have time. I just like, and I am a bit scared they are literally doing too much. But I think the way they're looking at it is, you don't have to watch it. It's not integral. It might help. It's like with UFC events. Like, they do all these little other shows and stuff, and if you don't watch it...
So they're all basically just undercards for what is essentially the main show.
Yeah, basically. It's not as if it's like SmackDown is to Raw, or what Thunder was to Nitro. It's more supplementary stuff, if that makes sense.
It's like Heat and Velocity and all of those.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Fair enough. As long as it gets people the spotlight, then that's good.
Well, yeah. And with Rampage, it's only going to be an hour long, apparently. And I think it's going to be after SmackDown. So once SmackDown ends, you can watch this show.
You can go on a rampage.
Which is probably quite clever, because it's like, I'm still in the mood for wrestling, so they'll just watch the...
Despite whatever SmackDown may bring.
Well, yeah.
But to be fair, SmackDown has actually been pretty decent from what I've heard, so
Yeah,
that's good.
SmackDown's been alright. It's Roman Reigns is just, I mean, everything he does is fantastic at the moment. I never thought to say that in my life.
Whoa, hang on, can you say that again? Can you say that again?
Everything Roman Reigns does right now is very good.
Oh. That felt really good to hear, honestly.
It's almost like they should have turned him heel to begin with.
It's almost as if I should have written him properly to begin with.
Well,
but
yeah, I
it's
mean,
neither
that's
here
the
nor
thing.
there, is it?
Raw is complete dog shit.
Oh yeah, it's not a shite. Yeah, we don't talk about
Yeah,
that.
we don't talk about that. And I don't know about anything else. I don't care. I don't even watch
NXT is NXT now has skulls on it, which is cool apparently.
What do you do? I literally like.
What do you do? Triple H, what have you been doing with our developmental scene? We fired the pedophile and I put skulls on the logo. Good job. Good job, Triple H.
So yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Double or Nothing. So then
Yeah, Double or Nothing. The main event. It was done, right?
And the main event, it was Stadium Stampede, yes. It was the Inner Circle of Chris Jericho, Jay Kager, not Jay Kager, Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz, taking on the Pinnacle of MJF, Wardlow, Sean Spears, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood, with Tully Blanchard as well getting involved. And if the Inner Circle lost the match, they would have been forced to disband forever.
I thought Sammy Guevara was kicked out of the Inner Circle.
He basically... So what basically happened in... I'll tell you the short version of the story. So they kick Sammy out. And then Sammy comes back and goes, MJF is trying to run the Inner Circle, you fuckwits. And then literally, like, Jericho's like, is this true? And MJF is like, no, I would never do that. Why would I wouldn't do that.
No, ma'am, we're not. What?
And it turns out,
No.
and here's the swerve. It turns out he actually didn't. He was like, I'm starting my own group. Fuck you. And literally the Pinnacle of Wardlow, Sean Spears, Wheeler and Harwood beat the shit out of them. And they go,
MJF and friends.
Yes, it's basically MJF and friends. And then they have...
Well, the Inner Circle is basically Jericho and friends, so that adds up.
Yeah. So basically, they have a match on Dynamite, Blood and Guts, which is basically War Games, and Jericho gets pushed off the top of the cell, I suppose, for the lack of a cage or whatever, for lack of a better term. And then MJF later on down the road gets challenged by Jericho. Said, I want to fight you again. And then MJF is like, only on one condition. If you fuckheads lose, you're done. I was like, fine, good. And it's going to be Stadium Stampede, a match that you lost last year at last year's event. Because technically, like last year, the Inner Circle took on the Elite, and the Elite won the Stadium Stampede match last year.
No, I was aware of that, yeah.
Yeah. So the match is pretty good. It was quite clever because the first half was clearly, I'd say half. Was it half? Round about half was clearly pre-taped, and they go to each individual like feud within the feud. It's like feudception. So like MJF and Jericho brawl in like the corporate area, I suppose, like the meeting rooms and all that. And even apparently the Jacksonville Jaguars coach got involved and gave Jericho a laptop to twat MJF with. The two big beefy Jake Hager, not Jake Hager, and Wardlow were feuding, and I think they nearly put each other in a freezer at one point. And Sean Spears and Sammy Guevara had a thing, and they beat the crap out of each other. And the funniest thing was, for some reason, there was a nightclub set up. I don't know why either, don't ask. Basically, the team of Santana and Ortiz took on Wheeler and Harwood, and the DJ was Conan.
Viva la raza, it's Conan!
Literally like, sup Conan? And they're like, Hello.
Andale.
They just beat the shit out of each other in a fake nightclub. I'm not sure why there was a nightclub in the stadium. I'm not sure.
There's Conan. There's wherever he goes, he sets up nightclubs. He's an entrepreneur.
Okay, I've never met the man, so I will have to presume you're correct in that one.
That's the way he likes it.
Okay, so that was the thing, and then the match ends. Excuse me. The match has an ending segments of Jericho basically beating the. It goes from being like taped to live, and you can tell, but whatever. And they're walking down the stairs of one of the upper bowls, I suppose, of Daly's place, and Jericho like just power bombs MJF off of. I don't know how to describe it, but there was like tables sort of set up.
Power bombed him off a high place into a lower place.
Sort of. It weren't very high, but it was high enough. So
High enough to cause a scene.
MJF gets his comeuppance, and then Sammy Guevara chases Sean Spears down with a golf cart, much like what happened last year.
Ha ha ha! It comes full circle.
Oh, in that full circle. And so there's that. And Sean Spears is like literally beating the ever-loving shit out of Sammy Guevara in the ring to the point where he literally twats Sammy over the head. It's pretty brutal because Sammy's sort of like on his knees and he's just like, fuck you. And then like Sean Spears is like, all right then, twats him over the head with a chair, gets a 2 count, and everyone's like, what? So Sammy then makes a comeback and hits the 630 or double senton, whatever the actual number is, and wins the match for the Inner Circle, which comes full circle because Sammy was saying for ages that MJF was a twat, and he actually saves the Inner Circle from disbanding. They all celebrate with pyro and fire and sticking middle fingers up, and that's how.
Yay! We celebrate with the heels with fireworks. Amazing.
But technically, they were the baby faces in the match.
Even weirder.
Yeah, it's like they're like the cool heel sort of thing.
They're the cool heels. Oh,
Does that make sense? They were the good guys. But how can you cheer for MJF? He's just a knob. So.
Yeah, that's true. Anyone he goes against is going to be a face by default.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, I thought this event was very, very good. Like the past few AEW pay-per-views have been a little bit hit and miss. Which is a shame, really, because I don't think the pandemic helped. I think that's sort of one of the key issues is the pandemic.
Well, it's not really helped anyone, to be honest, but they've overcome the adversities, and I feel like it's benefited everybody. Can only go up from here.
I mean, they did announce 2 extra events. There will be All Out in Chicago and Full Gear in, I want to say, St. Louis.
Oh, All Out in Chicago. Do you think that Mr. PM Sunk will come back into wrestling?
No.
No.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was nice having a crowd there. I think one of the key things about this event that really improved it, and I think why a lot of people are like, this is one of the best shows they've ever done, is because literally people, like actual people, not screens, not like
actual people, actual pyro, rings that didn't quote unquote explode.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, I'm always gonna be like, people, because of COVID and Kim and everything. So I'm always gonna be like paranoid and worried, and I always will be. Even if the entire world got vaccinated and there was no new variants, there was a new one, haven't there? Like
there's a new variant found in my bedroom. Soon spread to the 4 corners of the earth.
Please, just keep it in there. That'd be grand. So yeah, it's always gonna freak me out.
I'll keep the door closed. It's fine.
Okay. So literally, like, there's always that sort of part of me that's just like, but. God, it was so good having people there. It makes the shows a million times better with people, and
it's kind of the whole point of wrestling to begin with, is that you do it in front of a crowd.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Mark Henry.
Oh, the biggest, strongest man in the
Yeah,
world,
we were talking
like
about
30,
Rampage.
40 years ago.
We were talking about Rampage and we completely forgot to mention. So basically, Tony Schiavone's like, hey, we got a new analyst. It's Mark Henry. And I was like, what?
So they have Big Show on the AEW Dark Plus Ultra, and then you have Mark Henry on this Rampage one.
Yes.
Right.
So,
Okay.
okay, cool. I mean,
Wasn't Leo Rush also here?
yeah, Leo Rush was in the Battle Royal.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't really do anything. I mean, he did flips and then got eliminated.
He's officially signed with New Japan. Fun fact.
So...
But he can't go to Japan. So this is like the Forbidden Door thing.
Oh, God. So, I'm... Is WWE gonna get the door kicked open?
I hope not. I hope they stay on their fucking own.
Yeah, I don't
Because
want
it's shit.
I don't want WWE to be with New Japan, because what good is that going to do? That's not going to do any good, like, for anybody. Like, they can't even use people they nick off New Japan, never mind, like, use them. Like, that's never going to work, is it?
Oh yeah, imagine fucking Jay White jobbing out to Roman Reigns. That'd be fucking great, wouldn't it?
I can't see them going for it.
I hope that they don't.
If they see sense, they will continue with the AEW partnership, because it makes more sense. They've technically got more money than the McMahons. Like, it just makes... They can
Take on the competition. Band up with the smaller man.
Exactly. We need to gang up together against the evil McMahon. The evil
We need to
McMahon.
rise up and have a revolution.
Yes. So, that was AEW Double or Nothing. Samuel, will you watch the Double or Nothing?
I will at least check out one match.
Oh, damn it. Watch the whole thing.
I will try. Where can I view it?
You can purchase it on Fight.tv for 14 schmeckles.
That's not actually that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Like, it's I think it's supposed to be $18. But on Fight TV, once you've bought it, you can just watch it as many times as you like, I think.
Well, there you go.
So-
Win's a win is a win is a win.
Also, if you recommend a friend, you can watch a pay-per-view for free, I think. I could be
We love
wrong.
free shit.
Possibly, but they got bought out by Thriller or Schmiller or Jake Paul Fighting Club, so I don't know if that's still a thing.
Triller.
Yeah, that's a new thing. That's a new social media.
Ah, brilliant. Send out a trill on Triller.
Shout out to Trillium Triller. Stupid Jake Paul. Anyway, so that's been... Jake Paul's fighting Floyd Mayweather, isn't he? Is it Logan Paul? Oh, they're both dickheads, so I can't remember which one's which.
One's more dickheaded than the other, but at this point, I don't even care.
Wonderful. So that's been the Suplah. Thank you for joining us on this magical edition of Let's Talk About AEW. As you can tell, I'm really tired because I watched this thing live and I went for a walk before the show in the sunshine, which was not a good idea because I'm really tired, but whatever. So, Samuel, you have Bitter Chatter. Talk about that for 2 seconds whilst I get the intro.
Yes, the new podcast in town, Bitter Chatter, starring me, myself, and Carmine Antonelli. We are two dumb boys who talk about whatever we want to talk about for about 2 hours. If you're interested in that at all, we've had people say it's very good. We've also had people say, what's that? I think those are 2 ringing reviews. So you can find us on various social medias at Bitter Chat Pod, and you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, all of your major podcast providers. Just search for Bitter Chatter Podcast. The most recent episode was about our experiences with cosplay, and we will be doing another episode later on. They're released every Friday. So there you go. You sick of us? Go watch me and someone else.
And if you're
It's my
not
ringing
sick,
endorsement.
and if you're not sick of us, we're on Twitch. If you go to Twitch and type in the Suplah, you will find live streams of the magical adventures of Jay Kager, who is the current reigning and defending UFC light heavyweight champion. Will he be able to defend his title? Probably not. So there's that. You also can go to Suplah Gaming to go back in time to Suplah City Hall where we used to all play games together. You can go do that, and you can check the archive here on old episodes where we say stupid things like Roman Reigns will never be good and other stuff. So we do have a Redbubble, but no one buys us stuff or buys our things, whatever. Go to redbubble.com/people/Suplah. You can find us there. And we're on social media. Just type in the Suplah and you will find us. It is what it is. Thank you for joining us. It's been fun. And we'll see you next time. Whenever the hell that is. I don't know when. I'm okay. Sam's okay.
You forgot about Brawl.
The Suplah Brawl. You talk about Brawl.
Suplah Brawl, the next event, smells like cringe spirit, will be uploaded very, very soon. Andrew Kwan, you'll be defending both of your championships in the same night. Hope you win. Actually, I kind of hope you don't, because I like seeing you lose, but that's neither here nor there.
That's why I didn't want to bring it up, because I'm scared that I'm going to lose.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Will he be fine? I know, but you don't know. You'll find out later on this week, probably.
I love how our show right now is just like ambiguity.
When does it come out? We don't know. You don't know either. You'll be surprised.
Hi, here I am. I'm Mo. I'm your friend.
Uncle Mo, here I am. This'll be a treat.
While you eat.
Uncle Mo, here I am. While you eat.
Why won't this outro play?
Oh, you idiot. Play it. Just play it. I want to
loading.
go. I want to leave. I want to go and do stuff.
I want to go sleep. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. I don't know when that'll be. That'll be next week. Who knows? Happy bye-bye.
Go away.